Hello, humans. How you doing? Good. Glad to hear it. Or read it. Moving on. You are walking up to the estate. As you're walking up to it, the approach you choose to take, please, we will allow our tactician here to, I would say, dictate the way that goes, but it's going to turn into a 45-minute argument with Crystalline because she's thinking, why didn't you ask my opinion first?
I would send the guards up, like, before anything could even happen. I would just send the guards up.
Not even the person I asked. I'm just teasing, Doxy. Go ahead.
It is genuinely we brought the guards here for a reason. Let's let them take the lead.
Now,
I stay right behind Oscar.
Yeah.
Now, with your sending the guards up, the three of you are just gonna like stay at the edge of the property.
No, right behind him.
Approach with them, but we're just a few steps back, I'd say.
They're, on the front door, and you're probably like at the bottom of the steps right in front of that, so 10 feet away. Nothing crazy. Cool. Awesome. So they go walking up, and it is in fact the couple moments pass because it's evening, not night, but not like middle of the night, but evening. Then they get that loud like, "Open up! It's the guards!" Sort of a thing going on for somebody who doesn't have their voice lost all the day, every day. And they eventually the door opens up, and to the surprise and I suppose dismay of Lily, the door's there, and the guards look at her and say, one of the guards recognizes her and says, "Lily?" And she's like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And then she looks past and sees the three of you guys standing there. "What can I help you with?" "We were told that you might be in danger." To her, she looks and she's like, "No, everything's perfectly fine here. No concerns whatsoever. No."
Well then, Lily, dear, I really must be let inside now.
The guards say, by law, before she responds, by law, she is allowed to be inside there. She needs to go over the details of the estate, per that writ that she has there, and decisions need to be made. Now, why aren't you letting them in? And she's like, "Oh, no reason at all. I just am." Lily, step aside. Says the guard as he puts his hand on the door and starts going to push it open. Now, Lily is a servant. She might not be a slave. She's definitely going to be at least a servant. She really has no rights to argue with him beyond, of course, if her word is just an extension of that of the ruler of the estate, who we all know for a fact is DED. So there's no reason why, by all accounts, she should just shut up and get out of the way, because then they can take appropriate action against her if she doesn't. And so he goes to push the door, and there's this moment where she like half fights it for we're talking it's one of those things where you can see it for half a second to a second where she fights, but then the fighting stops. And Laszlo, not you, Crystalline, I'm sorry. Laszlo and Oscar only. Could you roll for me a perception check? Por favor. This is hearing, if that matters.
I really hope she doesn't get hurt.
Thank goodness you're hearing, bud.
Sir,
Degree of success.
that is 10.
Oh, you know what? No,
10 stun.
this just in case this goes into battle, this might be useful.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the last one that was expected.
The upper hand is what you're looking for. If your discoveries lead to combat within a moment or two, you receive a +3 bonus on your initiative roll. If it's exploration.
Which one is that?
Exploration stunts plus it's
upper
4.
hand. Okay, yep. So I want that's upper hand. Jesus.
Yes, my child.
So 10 stunt points.
Is it 10? Wow. So upper hand, so that's 6 left.
I almost feel like double stunt might be almost like I feel I'm just reading it from playing with my players here. I feel like 10 stunt might be too much. Maybe what we should try to do instead of 10 stunt is I reduce the cost of double stunt, and we have it be something like multiple options, like a +1 or +2 stunt or something like that. Or maybe just a flat one option of a +2 stunt that they can do, because double stunt seems to be too much for you guys.
Maybe even like save it for next
No,
roll,
I like the idea that's more or less the next roll it happens, you know? Like, because it's not supposed to be something you're supposed to be planning for as an asset, you know?
Yeah.
So maybe +2 would be a good idea. Chat, feel free to share your opinion if you care to. You don't. You can just keep it to yourself if you want.
So I'm gonna do upper hand, and then I'm gonna do that makes me wonder. So I get an extra perception check to discover anything new. And then I also would like, that would leave me with 3 more. I'd like to do 3 adaptation positioning.
Okay, so I understand the upper hand is the +3. That makes me wonder, which is immediately make another, which you're going to do in a second. And then I'm actually not going to have you make a perception test. I'm going to have you make a different test instead.
Okay.
And then advantageous positioning is just what do you...
It lets me adjust myself to put me in a position that will help us.
Perfect. Okay, so you are going to hear somebody incanting.
Oh, okay.
A command word. Your advantageous positioning is going to be step the fuck back. And you're going to get a +3 on initiative when we roll it in a moment. And lastly, you are going to roll me an Arcana check to see what kind of spell this is.
All right. So, okay, I know this is kind of like finicky, but can I use 2 to give Oscar 1 advantageous positioning since we're both in the same
You're not
spot?
allowed to give it to a friend, are you?
No.
Yeah.
No, not by roll.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and would you want me to roll? I'm sorry.
I'm also fine. Don't worry about me.
An Arcana
It's
check.
arcane lore. Arcane lore.
Yeah.
Arcane lore.
And to
Or
be
is it
clear,
straight
did
Arcana?
you?
Hold on.
It's
There are 2
arcane lore. It's an Arcana, so it is.
Yeah.
So
Which
it's just going to be an
one?
intelligent, not one that you have. So you were going to do me a favor, and Josh, before you roll this, and I should roll this first, then we'll get into it.
Okay.
Good.
It's pretty solid, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep. So you know that what literally was just conjured is a wall of fire was literally conjured, starting literally at the actual door itself. So it's like the doorway is on fire as well. And it shoots down a line of fire going directly through both the guards that are there and allowing you to see it. So you just like jump to the side so that you're not going to be caught in the line of fire. That's going to kind of like light up the entire pathway up to and including the door. Now, 1 second, Josh. I want you to tell me, did you enchant his shit before you came up here? Because we discussed it prior to the break, but not since.
Good point.
We didn't really talk about it on break. We said that we were gonna. But I would have if you say it's like this whole thing is considered one scene.
Yeah, because it's meant to be.
Okay.
Unless it's like an elongated thing, like now you have to go investigate all the rooms, and then it wouldn't. But like walking up, knocking on the door, and if something happened, you know.
So I would enchant his armor and his shield.
Both of them
and
6 MP.
His armor and his weapon, and they're both 6 MP.
And for his weapon, it gives a +2.
2, right?
I have to. Well, I mean, I have to roll. I might fail.
Okay.
That's fine. And his shield gives what?
That's
Well, armor, but it's +2
Armor.
again. Yeah.
So the armor
plus-
rating goes up by 2, which means it reduces the. Does it increase your AC, please?
Increases my AC.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
all right. So this one's for the armor. So the normal target rating is 10. I don't know. You said it was increased because I'm using that wacky wand. And then.
Oh, do you see what Steve's saying in chat? Guys, read that real quick where he added me.
I don't see him. Oh, there.
Yeah, at the very bottom. So your first one, sorry, what was your total?
16. And
Versus a
16.
target number 10 and 16 versus target number 10. So like I said, there's an increased DC for using this wand. You are able to still successfully use it. So it kind of like as you're walking up, you tap the sword, you tap the armor, and both of them are enhanced. So there's 12 MP you would have spent prior to even walking up here. There was any other prep that you would have done prior to walking up? I'm so sorry to retro do this.
I mean, I don't know. I would do the same thing to Chris Ellen if she wanted it, but last time we talked about it, she wasn't okay with it.
I would have taken my crossbow from
Me.
Oscar. Jeez, I wanted to call you Richter.
Richter.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
wrong campaign. You're
Yeah.
not, different campaign, bud.
I would have taken my crossbow from you, and I would have had the cookies in the other hand.
They're cooked.
getting ready to share them with Lily.
Hold on 1 second. Your cookies were in one hand and you had your crossbow held in the other as you were walking up to the door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's very inviting. Look right there.
Well, you hide the gun behind the door. I mean, the crossbow behind the door.
So you make your way to the door. All this happens. Wall of fire is happening. You jump to the side. I'm gonna have everybody. I'm gonna put us all inside the same chat for the sake of functioning. Everybody's gonna roll for me that initiative check in a second. Ooh, and when you do so, Josh, if you are able to roll high enough, you're actually gonna have an opportunity to try to push one of your friends out of the way. So don't suck.
All right, and I get a +3 to this. So
Wow.
Somebody rolled triple ones.
That was me.
Yeah. So 15 for Laszlo.
So let me get you on here. Add turn. Make sure you modify it. Add turn. Make sure you modify it. And lastly, sir, add turn. Make sure you modify it. It's gonna be for cancel.
I get a stunt point though.
If you succeed, I think you failed hard.
I was.
I know. You don't get stunned for initiative, anyways. Where was I?
It's a shame that +3 is only for you with initiative.
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, don't be. I failed miserably on the hearing check, so you know.
So this does.
So 32 and I have 30.
Thank you. So you jump to the side, sir. So you are safe. Oh, hold on. I didn't add their initiatives in there. Let me just do this. For this guy, it is /roll 3d6 plus 1, and for this other one, it is /roll 3d6 plus 2. Beautiful. It's going to be 14. It's going to be a 12. Let me drop that into initiative correctly. Laszlo does in fact get to go first, which means Laszlo does in fact get an opportunity to push somebody out of the way. The spell does trigger. The damage is going to happen. There's no getting around that. However, Laszlo, you are able to have an opportunity to try to, I suppose, bring a degree of aid to one of your friends. You were standing next to both of them completely. So what's your go here, boyo?
I know Oscar can take a hit.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna, you're just gonna hear, Oscar, and I'm gonna push Chris Ellen out of the way.
So for you to appropriately push her out of the way, what I want you to roll for me to have a chance to get her out of the way, it's going to be a dexterity check to be able to have done it quick enough. Now, mind you, I'm gonna flat out. I'm gonna tell you this is a challenging check.
Okay.
Be open about that.
I can't hit that. Challenge is 13.
Yeah, you're pretty close. Yeah.
Should we?
If we have luck, this is a good opportunity. This is an opportunity for us to make an opening to combat.
Damage.
We
There's
do
no
not.
dice. There you go.
Yeah. Sorry.
There's that.
Chat doesn't love you. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Doxy, he tried to push you out of the way. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do so. He tried to push you, but at the same time, tried to pull himself back. He's like shoved you and then jumped the other way. There just wasn't enough force to it. He's just a little man. You know what I mean?
I'm a big boy.
You know, it's just how it goes
He's
sometimes.
a very small old man.
I just need to read one thing really quickly. Those. All right, so Doxy, what I need from you is a dexterity acrobatics check, and from you, Oscar, a dexterity acrobatics check, please, and thank you. Doxy, what we're going to equate your 16 to, was the fact that he actually shoved you and you reacted as well, seeing the burst of light coming. You started to he had already pushed you and you kind of like went with the push and kind of was able to stumble back with a bit more, like you didn't fall or anything like that. You had a bit of a grace to it. You kind of like, what the, and you see the light coming at you. You like just like also jump in with it. So you do succeed. We can equate that to his aiding you to get you through.
Sure.
And then for you, Oscar,
Pity aid.
are you happy with your 13, sir?
We have no luck, so yes.
I mean, we all know you have no luck. You
I have no luck
unfortunately,
in general.
Oscar, you see that number that I rolled up there? That 11?
Yep.
You take 11 points of fire damage, sir. Oh, wait, hold. Do you have defenses or anything like that aid you and something like that? Like,
So the thing that I just got,
yeah.
is it requires a here, hold on. Spell power of any spell targeting you by 2, but it's not targeting me, it's more of an area of effect spell in this case, I think, but it's up to you. But
does it
I
have
mean,
to?
that still is a target. Like that still is
reduce spell
you.
power of any
He's
spell
thinking D&D
targeting you by
mechanics. His phrasing, his argument
It's true.
against it makes sense for
It's
D&D,
D&D.
but this isn't D&D,
True.
so go ahead.
You're correct.
Yeah.
So it's reduced spell power of any spell targeting you by 2. It's up to
So,
you how you
I
wanna
mean,
deal
technically
with that.
speaking, you're one of the targets in the area. We can argue about the minutia in the future for the sake of you just got a new cool power that he gave you by breaking some shit off in your arm. Why don't we go
Yeah.
ahead and say that it worked? That reduces the spell power by 2, meaning you actually overcome it. You also do not take that 11 points of damage. Instead,
Okay.
you and her are going to take,
5 or 6. Half?
no, not half. Give me 1 second.
Okay, cool.
I rolled well.
There you go.
I rolled such garbage on the first one. So instead of 11 points of damage, you take 10. That
Hey,
is
that's
amazing.
one less damage.
So
I'm
Doxy,
all right with that.
Doxy, 10 fire damage. Unfortunately, your dress is ruined. So
The cookies.
I would hold the cookies up.
the cookies are warm.
Can
Yes.
the cookies please be safe?
The cookies, yeah, they just warmed them for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, moving on. So yeah, you, oh man. So as a rule, do I get to modify technically any 3d6 roll or just any skill roll? I can't modify with Daddy's Dice a damage roll, right?
No.
No.
I mean, I would say the same rules that you have in the other one: attack rolls and skill rolls.
Checks.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, you know. Even though it'd be-
Consistency is key.
yeah, even though it'd be fun, you know. Anyways, all right, cool. Let's keep going. So initiative, Josh, you took initiative. So what I was allowing you to do is as a minor action to shove and push her out of the way to attempt to do that. Unfortunately, it did not pan out as well, but in game it did. What do you do?
Can I see them?
No, unfortunately you couldn't because first of all, the door was in the way. And then as the door was being pushed open, she was in the way. And then all of a sudden fire was in the way. She and the guards, let me finish painting the scene. I'm sorry. She and the guards were caught inside the wall of fire. Needless to say, 11 points of damage was too much for her to be okay. The guards were also caught in the wall of fire. That hit them with the full brunt of the 11, the extra point. But that for them means a lot more than it does for the three of you. So that 11 points of damage, those guards are not completely down and out, but they are really fucked up right now. Laszlo, it is your turn first.
All right. So that was
You
a
can't
minor
quite
action,
see
so
them
I-
because of the fire in your face.
All right. That was a minor. So I only have a major or another minor.
Mhm.
I'm gonna move.
Sure. Just to describe this fire, it is 10 meters long, 3 meters tall, and 1 meter wide. So 3 feet wide, 30 feet long, 9 feet tall is rounding.
Yeah, I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna run up to one of the guards. The guard that's on my side of the wall.
Yep.
So that's my turn. Oh,
Sorry.
Interesting. Do we need to do a camera shuffle?
I'm very sorry. Also, my camera got fucked.
I am now
Yeah.
Chrisellen.
By the way, it's fucking Zoom. Every time now, since Zoom added all of its updates recently, every time my camera turns off and back on with Zoom, all my settings are reset. It's
I'm
frustrating.
so sorry.
I'm just gonna see where people landed there.
I'm last. I'm always last.
Okay.
It's usually not just exposure, Doxy. For me, it's usually brightness. I think is what it is.
Oh, I think I came back on before you.
Oh, you may have.
If it helps you.
Yeah, you did.
You guys good? Yeah.
There we go.
We're
Cool.
good now.
Sorry about that. Oh.
Sorry.
I'm the only one that's allowed to turn my camera back off and on. It does nothing.
Oh,
Oh, god damn it. No, it screwed up my lighting. I said it does nothing. It'd be funny. But I meant like where I was in place. But god damn it. You run up to the guard that's on your side of the wall.
yeah, and that's all I can do.
Gain. Doc says what it fucks with.
It gives me double my speed, so can I make it in 24 or in 20?
To the
yards?
guard?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're right fucking there. They were 10 feet away.
Okay, so then I would just move like normal. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
But the whole point is I'm trying to get to the guard.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
you
do
get there in
anything.
steps. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. You sure? That's it? That's all you can.
My minor. You only get a minor and a major, and my minor was to push her out of the way. So
He's like right
moving.
there. I can say you shove him and then step up there. That's fine. I'm not trying to be a
Okay.
dick here.
Well, I would like to do a heal check. on
Yeah.
him.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead. Yeah.
So I provide first aid on an injured ally. I have to do an intelligence healing. I don't have intelligence healing. It's a TN 11. All right. And they let's see, if you're successful, your ally comes back with health equal to the stunt die plus my intelligence, so 9.
How long
It
is
is
this
9 back.
check?
It's a major action.
A major action to just heal? Where is this rule?
This is in the
Yep.
the kit. If
Yep.
you go down to major actions, it's
Yep.
like the 4th one.
You provide some
You
quick
know.
first aid to an injured ally.
Yep.
Must be adjacent to your ally, and you must have bandages ready.
Oh, I don't have bandages ready. And
There
we
you
don't
go.
have bandages. So never mind. I can't do that.
Guess we're gonna need to purchase some bandages, boys.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna move to see if I can see these people.
Sure. So you kind of like run up a little bit and just make a perception check then. Okay. Thank you. Poor Josh. Poor Josh.
It's fine. It was kind of overpowered. So.
Yeah,
11.
unfortunately. Moving on. That guy's turn again. So having summoned the wall of fire that erupted out there, and unfortunately Lily's not doing so hot and she's still sitting inside the fire. And the 2 other guards are there and so on, and your friends got burned. You, sir, are you start hearing with your perception check there the fact that he's incanting again. Like beforehand, you heard him kind of like triggering something, probably a scroll, whatever it was. This time you hear something else is being once again incanted. So it's most likely a scroll that is being used. You hear it pretty easily because when you moved up to listen, they had stepped closer forward to allow this to happen. And as they step closer forward to allow this to happen, you can roll me another Arcana check, and you can probably guess that it's not one that you're focusing.
14.
14, you actually once again are able to succeed and to have the stunt dice there. Success tells you he's going to roll out with another burst of fire. However, this time it's not going to be fire like the wall. This time it's going to come out as like a fan of fire. To put it in a different mechanical, almost like a burning hands.
Burning hands. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And do I get the stunt points or no? It's just
Yep, you do. Yep.
Is this also exploration?
Yeah, because you're understanding something. Yep. So I can allow this to convert over to a bonus to your reflex to jump out of the way again.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, I'll actually go so far as to say for 4 stunt, I'll give you a +2 to your reflex against this.
Okay.
Because you're in the way, unfortunately. Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, I was
advantageous positioning.
at 6 yards out of the way.
That's actually, you can legit be like, you run up there, you hear it, you're like, nope, and you start like running back.
Yeah.
Like,
So
get down.
well, that's technically 8 yards, so I'll just move out of the way. Be like, oh, and I'm gonna yell if I can speak as a free action.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, fire incoming as I move out.
Him giving you guys a heads up gives you a +1 to this check. I need all of you to roll me. Josh, not you, because you're able to with that really good roll get out of the way. The rest of you, I need you to roll me a Same check as before, the acrobatics. +1, don't forget. So add it manually if you need to. Beautiful, Crystalline.
So it's 12 for me. I didn't.
She gets that a lot.
Hey-oh. But 12 equals 14 for you, right?
Yeah.
Because it's mine's reduced by 2 or yours is +2. Yeah, cool.
Right.
So actually both of you guys succeed, which means both of you guys take the lesser amount of damage. So similar as before, instead of taking the higher amount, you're actually taking the lesser. So you're actually only taking, same as before actually, except this time instead of a +4, it's actually only a +2. 4 points of fire damage for each of you as a fan of fire comes out, bursting outwards. Once again, the guards, less fortunate. If there was anything left to pour Lily, there no longer is. The fan of
I would
fire...
have jumped to her.
You didn't get initiative. So he kind of like did a burst of fire, and as everybody's kind of recoiling from burning flames and whatnot, he
should
stepped
have
up and...
left.
So he steps up, does that, and the fan of fire reaches outwards, and now literally the entire porch is completely engulfed in fire. The entire stairwell is engulfed in fire. The doorway, even that like is starting to stretch outwards and lick the front walls of the building, are engulfed in fire. There's the guards screamed for a few extra moments before they went silent. Their bodies lying there and smelling like burning flesh, and so on. You guys take a little bit more damage on the edges of the fire.
She did say she was looking for the hot one.
Ew.
Is that handsome?
No.
After their turn, you guys can roll me a perception check.
11 again.
Wow. Despite everything that's happening, the two of you, even though everything's happening, you kind of like, mind you, I increased the DC because obviously there's distractions, right? So like it's more difficult. But despite that, where you guys happen to be, Laszlo, you're actually doing pretty well because you're noticing things in advance. So you're actually stepping back, and like while you're stepping back, you're like, guys, look on fire, whatever it is that you did. You turn around and you look up, and both you and Crystalline, who happen to like just jump back, and she just happens to see above the line of fire, and you just with your stepped back positioning, wider view, see in the windows up above, you see that two of the windows up above actually open up, and there are two people that happen to be inside those windows that are standing there, and unfortunately, they happen to have wands in hand. And so they are, with their wands in hands, they're actually starting to reach out at you with casting of spell. Josh, for a different reason, I'm going to allow you to spend your stunt in a second. For a different reason, I want you to roll me an arcane lore check. You know that these wands are not wands like the one that you're using, which is one that's designed to be a piece of channeling your own personal energy. These are wands that have pre-stored energy, kind of like the other one that you have, the magic missile one, where once it's spent, it's spent. You don't use that for casting spells outside of what's locked into it. Doxy and Laszlo, you guys got stunt dice. This is combat. You could use that to kind of convert it into giving yourself like a bonus to AC or like kind of like ducking from their attacks they're about to do against you.
I can't use it to disarm.
Not people that are up above, and because they're attacking you. You're not attacking them. They're about to, you just saw the windows open up and they're about to.
Yeah. So these
This
are
whole encounter
exploration.
feels bad.
Yeah. I feel so bad for Lily.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Doxy's like, flirt? Doxy's not in the mood.
I'm really sad right now.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I mean, I'm gonna use all 5 to do advantageous positioning. To get to a place where
He's
I
the
can
fastest gnome ever.
Oh, he is speeding around the battlefield.
I want to get in a place where I can see both those the people in the window and have a clear shot.
Beautiful. I'm going to definitely allow that, and that's going to take place on your next turn. Doxy, the upper hand. I once again, like, how many do you have, Doxy? 4?
I have 6.
6.
Oh, 6. Oh shit!
Yeah,
You rolled 6.
Yeah, I would really love to plead for disarm since I have a
No,
crossbow.
you can't disarm because it's their actions and you're noticing the door opening, so it's not like you're gaining an action. But what am willing to do is to increase, if you want, like the upper hand ability, to increase like your AC temporarily if you would like.
Okay.
So you get a temporary bonus to your AC because you're able to kind of like try to jump out of the way of the attack as it's happening, leaving you with 2 points left over.
I mean, there's nothing that I can do defensively.
Okay.
You can move. Advantageous being positioning, get out of the way of their range spells.
Or to get yourself to, again, in a more advantageous position for when it is your turn.
Interrupted a damn wizard orgy. No, they're using toys. They're cheaters. I don't actually believe that.
A wizard orgy.
It's true, John. They all die.
I think I'm gonna taunt, actually.
Ooh.
Nice. Talk to me. Talk
You
to me.
insult or distract one opponent of your choice within 10 yards of you. You must make an opposed test of your communication deception versus the target's willpower self-discipline. If you win, the target suffers a -1 penalty on attack rolls and casting rolls on their next turn.
Ooh. It's against my self-discipline, which actually is something that they're good at. And your...
Communication.
Mm-hmm. All right, why don't you roll yours?
It would be a fucking 11.
Never know. Scott might roll a 9 again.
I
Well,
am begging for a
Try
fucking 9.
a luck die. Try a luck die.
Before I
You
roll,
might
you
have
can try
gotten
luck
one.
die.
This is important for you.
12.
Neat.
Ready?
Oh god. It sucks.
Sorry, doesn't work, Docs. And how much did
Cool
taunt?
deal. I love this encounter. I love it.
I won.
How much did taunt take?
Oh.
2. That took 2, and then you also kind of like prepared yourself for it. Awesome. Now they're gonna make their attacks against you, right? So first against you, Josh. No, yeah, Josh. 1 against each of you, right? So, Josh, first attack against you, unfortunately, is not a attack roll. You're a quick little bugger, and you're kind of like running around the corner or whatever that you're doing over there.
Magic missile.
Magic missile. How much damage did you say it does in this? It's 2d4 plus 2, right?
It's 2d4 plus 1. It's Pathfinder rules.
No, 2d4 plus 2. Yeah, it's plus 1 for each missile. So 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
So this is just what you flat take, which isn't that bad. 8 points of damage.
Oh, I saw 13. I was like, no. Okay.
8 points of damage. Doxy, I'm gonna make my attack roll against you with their wand.
Okay.
This is their attack roll. You have a +2 to your AC right now. I don't think an 11 hits, so I'm gonna roll a daddy's dice.
Does not. Thank God.
Does a 14 hit though?
Yes.
With your +2? Hold on.
No, with the +2 to your AC, does that hit?
A tie hits, right?
Yeah.
A tie hits, yeah, unfortunately, yeah. So I didn't stunts, did I? I did not, so I just barely hit you. And then the damage with this wand is going to be, it's a relatively simple wand, so just a simple, no, that's too much. Here we go. Oh, of course I roll well. So 8 points of damage as the thing bursts outwards at you with a quick little burst of energy. If there was a element or something like that tied to it, you weren't able to notice with the quick burst of energy. That is it for finally their turns. The 3 bad guys that you're aware of. Oscar, you're at the base of the stairs. There's a line of fire going well past you. There's a wall of fire in front of you. You don't know about the people on the roofs yet, and you know there's somebody on the other side of that fire.
Well, I mean, I'm going to the person who's on the other side of that fire.
Oh God, William, I love you, sir. You are
You're gonna
like,
jump through, bud.
oh,
Yeah.
you're the best.
Fuck it, whatever.
All right, look at your actions. Is there like something that you can do to approach this intelligently?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Find
he
out.
has to move. which is a
Dexterity
minor action.
riding.
Uh,
Ride the flames.
nice.
Yeah, I mean, I have to move,
Nice.
which is the minor action.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if there was like a guards up or something you can do as part of it.
Sort of, but no, it's also a minor action, and I'm not really.
Well,
you
here's
know
the
what?
thing. You could charge as a major action.
I
You
that,
move
I'm-
half your
that's-
speed.
That's gonna be the plan. Is to move with my minor and charge with my major to charge at this guy and get the bonus to the attack.
Well, you
roll.
know that the person, because again, you could hear them, that they were standing right on the inside of the doorway, right on the other side of the
Uh-huh.
fire. So you don't have to move with your minor. You can just straight up charge. You
Oh,
know that
cool.
they're
I'll
there.
just charge then.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, to charge is going to leave you standing in the fire, attacking at him on the other side of it, right?
I will move afterwards.
Okay, so you don't want to use like guards up or something like that before, or any of these other abilities before you get there.
No. Let's just do this.
Perfect. But when you charge, you get a +1 to your attack roll, sir.
I'm gonna add that in manually.
I'm
here.
surprised it doesn't give you a minus to your AC or some shit, but you know that's fine.
Yeah, no.
It just you have to make a melee attack, and they have to be within half.
You missed me. You get hit by lightning.
All right, let's roll that attack. That's a 21 to hit with 5 stunt points.
Hell yeah, bud.
Yeah, just
Lily.
So you know, just so you know, I have a +9 to my attack right now.
I'm good for him.
Yeah.
I'm
All right,
just
so I'm gonna
saying.
take the manual one off of there.
Before you roll your damage, what are you gonna? Oh my god! Nobody.
I mean,
gave,
it's gonna be a lethal
nobody
blow.
gave you double stun. Thank God. Okay.
No, it's gonna be a lethal blow. So it's gonna add 2d6 to the damage roll here.
So you just
Oscar is-
flat lethal blow. God.
Yeah, just a flat lethal blow.
Oscar is so pissed.
Oh, you do take damage, of course, from running through the fire. We'll get to that in a second.
I'm sure I do. He takes 24 damage.
Oh. Holy fuck! Holy fuck!
That's very good.
This is why he has to hit us hard.
Oscar, you kill him. Describe the attack through and through, and then
So
I'll
want
hurt you
to
after.
know, my charge is literally bashing the door into his face as I stab the spear around the side into his neck.
Oh god, and there's like fire wreathing around
Yeah.
him as he plows through the door.
Okay. And could you do me a favor? You were charging, so I mean that means you're not trying to evade the fire. You just
Correct.
automatically fail that save. So
Yep.
you're just taking the damage for being in the fire. You're aware of this? You're cool with that?
Yep. I'm
Cool.
fine with it. Yeah.
All right. Oh God. Hopefully I roll well. Nope.
Pretty good.
Nope.
It's 9.
Nope.
Hopefully you
your
fucking
favorite.
stop rolling so well.
I
didn't
rolled
even get a
garbage,
chance
Doxy.
to
I
get
rolled
to that
garbage.
girl.
Ah.
I'm really fucking mad about Lily.
I'm letting this Lily thing really upset me, and I'm not.
Good.
I will be honest with you. I'm fucking pissed, and I'm putting every
Can
single.
I
ounce of that
attack
into
to
the
heal her?
stab.
Just start attack healing her. Like
God, you destroyed that man and barely got hurt for it. You moved to be on the other side of the fire. So we could just say you just stepped through to be on the other side of the fire. Like literally your armor, your shield, everything about you, like all your stuff's kind of singed and smoke coming off of you as you're stepping on the other side of the fire. And you can roll me a perception check just as part of that minor action to step out. And
That's 10. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I see stairs, if I
There
see
are.
any other avenues, like,
There are
that's where
many.
I'm-
this
Yeah.
is, I described this originally as being like a Victorian home.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where when you first and foremost, one of the first things you notice when you step into this place is right in front of you is a hallway with doors coming off of it, because Victorian homes love to have like an ante kind of room where you could hang your coat, and then a hallway with doors, and there's a stairwell that goes up to more doors, and there's just lots of doors. Anyways, what was I saying? But one of the things that you noticed, and I know this seems so minute right now, but 3 stunt points with your perception.
I succeeded.
Yeah. You looked around and you saw a building. I'm gonna give you.
Fair enough. Reasonable explanation. My apologies. 3 stunt points. That makes me wonder. I'm thinking about where other people would be hiding in the house right now to get
Perfect.
position.
Another perception check, sir.
Yeah. That's way worse. It's an 8.
Yeah, you're not, unfortunately, not going to be able to answer that. So one of the things you do notice, actually, you know what? With that 10 and the, it's as I described to you. You see the stairs there, you see the doorways, so on and so forth. That's kind of all I can give you for information.
I'm gonna shout back out of the fire. This one's dead. Where are the others?
Perfect. So
upstairs.
Well, yeah, at the beginning of my turn, I was gonna yell to you, Oscar and then point up and be like directly above.
On my next turn, I'll just be moving upstairs.
Unfortunately, he can't see you any longer because you're on the other side of the fire.
Mhm.
So, but it's your turn, Doxy. You could, of course, say, you can just yell upstairs or whatever
They're
you want.
above you.
Yeah, okay, perfect. And then, Doxy, it's your turn.
I'm going to shoot them.
Okay, the one that shot at you is kind of like you had moved yourself into advantageous positioning, and you're gonna.
They're gonna die.
Can you feel my death tonight? Are you happy with a 12?
Yes.
Doxy, would a 12 hit you?
Yes.
A 12 would hit them, except the window gives them a bit of cover. Makes it a little bit more difficult of a shot. You literally clip the edge like of the windowsill. We're talking
Even with my advantageous position, like, okay, all right, okay.
So you clip the edge of the windowsill. Unfortunately, you just barely miss. After that is going to be anything else, Doxy? That was just your major action. You still have a minor action.
If I move back, will I have a better angle on them or anything?
I mean, they're in a window. The window is going to give you the same kind of angling all around.
Well, I am like way too hurt to run through this fire, so there's literally nothing else I can do.
Scott should probably. There's aim. She might not know about
Oh yeah, you
That's
could
a
have
good
used
point.
aim with your minor action.
Well, I mean, that's my own fault for not knowing it. So
To be fair, though, your character's not really big into. You've used it once before, I think, session 1.
I used it in the woods. I
Yeah,
remember
session 1.
Would have been a +1 bonus to
I'll be nice enough to say that you have aim and you hit. Yeah. Yep.
That feels so cheatsy. I don't want to take.
You can't move now, though.
Roll your damage.
No, that's you can't move. You're making the choice to aim this,
Yeah.
right? To hit better. So there are downsides to it. It's a choice that you make here. I would think it's worth it given.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna hit him. It just feels like we're accommodating my stupid.
I mean, to be fair, we're always
We're
accommodating.
all stupid.
Yeah.
We're all stupid. in
Our
some way.
stupids. 10 points of damage is not light. Okay, cool. So you hit the guy for the 10 points of damage. You can see it's shit, the bitch hit me. Yeah, as he steps back, mind you, they're the ones that started this. And that's your turn, Dox. After that's gonna be Laszlo. Laszlo, somebody just hit you with a magic missile.
I'm tempted to be like, oh, you called that a magic missile? And but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna. How far away are they? I know they're upstairs, but how far are they? Within 6 yards of me.
Hold on, let me think for a second. So they're upstairs, another floor. So let's call it 12 feet plus the distance you are from them. Let's call that. So it's about 12 feet up, right? And then out is going to be probably about 15 feet or so because you stay kind of close to the building, right? So Pythagorean theorem, you should be well within.
Okay. Well, if I'm within that range, I don't have to see them.
Wait, you said six yards?
6 yards. Yeah.
And I was saying, so unfortunately, 15 feet away.
You were
have
saying
to,
feet.
Yeah, you have to move up for Pythagorean theorem to work there.
All right. I will move up to where I can
More or less, that,
have
like right beneath the window to have access.
Yep. And I will.
They of course have cover, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna slide the fork wand over my hand as the electricity from underneath the scarring goes over to the wand, and I'm gonna launch out a net of electricity to hit both of them. For three step points. For 15, that's my the total, I guess.
You roll
My target number.
Yeah, you
So
beat
I
the
hit
target
them.
number by 2. So again, even though you're good, shock blast. You get the 3 stun points. Beautiful. What are you gonna do?
It's 1d6 willpower, plus willpower.
Hold on,
kinda
but
sucks
before
it
you do
doesn't
that,
roll
spend your stun points.
All right.
You don't want it to do that before you choose your stun points.
I'm gonna. How many do I got? 3.
So you can make yourself a macro that does that.
I got 3. Oh, damn it.
You can make yourself a macro that says spell damage, and then have a drop down that chooses which spell it is, and then you click it, and it does the correct spell damage for you.
I'm gonna do mighty spell.
Naga, what happened? Naga, you are out of the loop, sir.
I'm gonna do mighty spell, which gives me an extra d6, so that applies to both of them. And I'm gonna do 1 powerful casting, so it lowers the cost by 1.
Oh, okay, he's trying to conserve a little. Gotcha.
Well, I mean, if I had 4, I would do something. I would disrupt magic and ruin their wands, but
Sorry, nobody gave you double. Nobody gave you double. Nobody likes shit
yeah,
anymore.
you chat. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do anything now. All right, so that's 2d6 plus 4. So I do 14 points of damage
Jesus.
to both of them.
And Doxy already hit 1 for 10.
It's piercing, so armor rating doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't soak. And they have to do Constitution stamina tests. Okay. All right. So either they take 1d6 plus my willpower, and they have to do a check. If they fail the check, then they take the plus the willpower. If they succeed, the wording's backwards. If they succeed, they only take the dice roll. They don't take the +4. So it would be 10 if they pass it. It's 14.
So both fail?
Yep.
The
So
one
they
that
both take
Doxy
14.
shot with an arrow, that crossbow bolt, I should say, that bolt acts like a lightning rod for the electricity coming through and wreaks havoc inside their body as like there's a piece of metal inside them that's just being supercharged and literally just singes and burns all of their organs from the inside from the electricity. Like I said, acts like a lightning rod and it fries that person and unfortunately kills them from the inside. Unfortunately for me.
Yeah, so unfortunate.
Yeah.
I hope it hurt really bad.
And then the one that was directly above you, Josh, he takes the 14 points of damage, but he's of course still standing.
All right, and I'm just gonna yell out. I know I can't do a check or anything. I was like, you have no idea who you're up against. Your arcane tricks aren't gonna work.
That was your what? Minor action? You trying to minor action intimidate?
That was a free. No, I can't. I moved.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm just saying that for free. I can't do a check.
Gotcha. Okay, so you just say the words. Okay. Does have additional force or whatever behind it. All right, that guy's actually like looking down at you. It's hurt. He thinks you're a little gnome. He's got you on the ropes. He doesn't know. So he's going to he actually puts the wands down. You can actually see he tries to like put it in his side, but it drops and you can hear it like see it like clatter onto the ground. And he pulls out a scroll and he starts reading a scroll instead down towards where you are. Same idea, Josh. You could actually roll me that check to see if you understand what the spell is that's being cast at you.
The check is just intelligence, or is it arcane lore for this? I don't remember.
It's flat intelligence because it's based off the arcana of the skill that's being used.
14. My
My apologies, a 14 total. You do get that with this. It's water bubble. It's a type of water spell. Literally, he tries to summon more or less. Think like the was 1950s kind of like scuba gear,
trying to drown me.
but it's like a bubble of water that's around your head to drown you and makes it so you can't speak. You understand what's being cast. You, sir, have to try to make a check to get out of the way so that it doesn't hit you. It's a dexterity acrobatics. You have no bonus.
10.
Are you happy with your 10 total?
Luck it.
14.
No. The DCs for all of these have been 14 for all of them.
They're really good. Whoever wrote these scrolls is really powerful. That's my spell power.
Yeah.
It's almost like they came from the Congress. What? So you you just barely. So it's one of those things where you see what's happening and he summons and all you do, because that's all you have to do. You're like, shit, because you understand like the words being said because they're written in Gnomish, right? So you understand the words being said and what's meant to happen. So you just like and you just duck. So it's one of those things where the bubble is supposed to be here, and instead you duck. So the bubble forms above your head and just splashes down, making you sopping wet from like your head, shoulders, chest, and back. Gets sopping wet.
That's good. That will help you resist the fire when you run in here to help me.
Do not.
Yeah, I'm not going in there.
That's all right. I'll figure out where I'm going eventually.
How did you beat a 14, man? That was literally it was my DC. Like, come on! I was so excited I was gonna be able to drown you.
I thank Chrisellen for inspiring me from across me. Like, look.
No, don't say Doxy. Don't say Doxy inspires. It's just don't.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay. Sorry.
Doxy, you're beautiful. We love you. Not so inspiring.
What? Oh yeah.
Oh, took you a moment. So anyways, we you guys are so yeah, he does that. You duck. You're stopping wet. Oscar, it's your turn. Oh, that was his major action. His minor action is he actually like he does that and he sees you duck and he's like shit and he drops. So he's not like standing there in the window anymore. He's
I don't need to see you.
So they told me that they are above me.
Yeah.
Do I see stairs?
Yeah. Like I said, right there.
Good. I'm going upstairs.
So, are you going to minor action move? I imagine, right?
Minor action move. See what do I see where these front windows are? Immediately?
Yeah. Again, because this is low DCs, just a perception check,
Sure.
just to see kind of like if you can gather enough information to be able to react quick enough.
I did click it.
Yeah. Just give it a moment. Just give it a moment.
Just roll 20.
Roll 20's been doing fine for most of my campaigns.
14 with 6 stunt points.
Yeah. So you are able to easily find out which way, room upstairs faces towards the front, which is where obviously Doxy was kind of saying. You heard the person, and you're able to, just for the sake of argument, I'm just trying to find my correct tab here. Where the fuck are you? There you are. You're able to exploration. You get advantageous positioning to bring yourself up to that person.
Okay, because I was actually going to charge at them again.
Yep, perfect. You can do exactly that.
Great. So that's a 9 to the
Unless you
attack
all
roll.
out attack, isn't there another option there?
There is. That's a good point. Do I want to do that?
Because you can
I think
advantageous
it is. I think
position to
it's-
get yourself there.
I think it's the same. I think it ends up being the
I
same.
don't think it is. I think it's a little bit.
If you hit, you do +1 damage, but whether or not the attack hits, you suffer -1 to defense until your next turn. That's fine. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I'd
Oh,
rather
so that's
charge
just
in and
more
get the +1 to the
damage.
attack.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'd rather get the +1 to the attack roll just to make sure I hit. This guy's already injured.
Yep.
13. It's a low roll.
Does that include the +2, sir? Or the +1, sorry.
It does.
So
Yeah.
it's a 13 total. I have
Yeah.
to ask, are you
I mean,
comfortable with
that's
that?
almost minimum of what he can do.
It is. Yeah.
That does not include the +1.
It does. Yeah. The mine. I'm added.
Let me
it.
describe
It's
it.
eight- it's
He's
8 right
he's
now.
injured inside the window and literally just kind of like cast a scroll. And so like you heard him finish casting the spell.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's how you heard him. And you go running into the room as he turns around and slumps down to the ground, reaching out like because he's injured, reaching out and grabbing a wand that's on the ground. You go rushing up. And again, he's slumped onto the ground. So you know this. You have a 13 total with him slumped on the ground. Are you comfortable with that or are you happy?
I think I've got to be happy with it at this point, and we'll just, if worst case scenario, I take a hit. I take a hit.
Okay. Him being on the ground gives you an additional +1, which is technically a 14 total. Whether it was a 13 or 14 that you needed, you hit.
Okay. So he's gonna take 11 damage.
On top of Josh already having done 14. Of course, here your damage is slightly reduced, but that works with Doxy. Describe how it plays out as he slumped to the ground, reaches over and kind of grabs up the wand as you come bursting in.
Yeah, I mean, Oscar's kind of in a bit of a blind rage right now after Lily dying, and he just goes stab right through the heart. There's no ceremony about it. It's just a charge spear right through the heart. And
Is it
that's-
like the underhand kind of like, and he's
It's-
pinned to the floor?
I mean, it's a charge. So like he's literally charging in, and he kind of does the usual, spear here, and then actually presses it down with his other hand in as he's pressing him down into the wall there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not pretty, but it's also then he kind of realizes what he does after it, and fuck, probably needed to ask them questions.
Doxy, what do you do?
Does the fire drop?
The fire continues.
Is there any more up there?
This kind of fire, it doesn't require concentration to maintain. It maintains itself. You understand it'll last for only about a minute or so. From
Right.
inception. Sorry, go ahead.
Did I see anyone else up here?
I mean, you did run past people, but the way that they were cowering and the kind of clothes that they were wearing, granted, these people were wearing servants' clothes too. You were assuming they're non-combatants, but Doxy, it's your turn. Yeah, is anybody else up there? You say.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Sorry,
Joe?
I would have said only non-combatants that I can see.
I'm gonna jump through the fire.
I mean, you're welcome to. It's very dangerous.
A dex.
I mean,
I would just walk around to another door.
yeah, walk around to another door is much safer. Running through that fire is, I mean, because you're walking into the fire, you're not trying to avoid it. You just straight take the 3d6 plus 4. Yeah.
Find another door or a window, maybe.
Yeah. Is there a window?
I mean, there was a first floor window. I mean, honestly, you didn't ever check out the estate before, so you don't really have many details beyond just that front area. But there are, of course, first floor windows. It's just, again, it's a Victorian house. These first floor windows aren't low. You would need even Laszlo to give you a leg up to get into one easily. Or it's one of those, if you smash or open it, you have to like jump to grab the lip and pull yourself. You know, it's not like an easy, oh, I'm in there, you know? It's not like a raised ranch.
Door, I guess.
Yeah, sorry. Like you can, in theory, get in there. It's just going to be checks, you know. It's not a razor ranch. So yeah, you go running around the side looking for a door.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I'm going to point out as you're kind of running around, just because Chris Ellen's minded for these sorts of things, she would just kind of like notice this kind of detail. When you come running around the side looking, the estate, again, the property is just so fucking well maintained. Even that back area, the area that overlooks the lake, there's a whole entertainment area that's out there. We're not going to get into much detail beyond that at the moment, but you notice there's a whole entertainment area back there that overlooks the lake. And it's actually, with how late it is in the day, the way the sun's hitting the lake and everything, it's genuinely beautiful. Not as, it doesn't outweigh the sadness of what just transpired. Running around the side, double move with your major action. You're able to easily come around to a back door. With your minor action, you can finish going over to the back door itself and grabbing the handle. It's unfortunately locked, but we can handle that on your next turn, right? Laszlo, it's your turn, sir.
I would yell to Laszlo, back here.
Unless he was running through the front.
No. I have 10 move. Can I get to the back door with the minor?
With the triple move. Triple move. Same as she
triple
did.
move?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So I'll do that.
So you got a triple move to get to the back door as she did. And again, she's kind of grabbing the handle and it's already locked. I don't know if she's reaching for picks, going to knock, or about to kick it in. Whatever her decision is, we'll get to in a moment. Oscar, sir, roll me a perception check.
12.
You hear definitely movement of people moving around. There's a floor above you as well. And there's people on this floor. You definitely hear hushed conversation in rooms nearby. You definitely hear that there's movement overhead. You're aware of that.
I'm going to start moving out of the room. The people that I passed, I'm just going to say, go out the back, get safe. There's fire out the front, go out the back door, get to safety. There's fire in the house. It might burn down.
Okay.
And I'm going to find stairs up.
Okay. So the stairs, the same stairwell that you came up, there's that whole, like, you go up the next flight.
I get you. Yeah,
So you do that as your action. You go walk out there, you talk to them, you then go up to the next flight of stairs, go upstairs, so on and so forth. That's your action. You still technically have a minor action. You can roll me a perception check with that if you'd like to take in, like, actually take it in. You've never actually stopped to take it in, yeah.
That's going to be the plan. That's a 14. That's better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that you notice for the first time, kind of like as you were walking, you keep hearing me describe what the outside is like. So well maintained. The walls, the house is freshly painted. It looks beautiful and so on and so forth. The inside of this house looks run down as fuck. You ever notice, like, when you're watching like old movies, like timepiece movies, like you even see like inside the house that only is like the wallpaper kind of peeling, but there's like cracks on the walls and there's like cobwebs kind of here and there. And so the inside of the house, like, there's no cobwebs because, let's be serious, the servants take care of it. But the house is run down, and like the furnishings inside here are like not very good. The whole place is just not maintained at all, which is like,
money. Not a lot of money left.
It's just not maintained at all, so on and so forth. So you kind of like take that in as you're looking around. It almost looks like his grandmother had, set the place up, and that kind of a moving on.
I know the type.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Absolutely.
So anyways, yeah, you look around, you kind of like take that in. So as you look around, you hear there are definitely some people up here as well. It doesn't sound like it'll be combative. Not high enough to hear if anybody's like stealthing. Definitely like some whispered conversations and stuff like that. And you can see somebody like hiding under an area over there that looks like it's a small, they look non-combatant or whatever it is. But that's what you kind of take
well to just say,
sure.
Hey, get out, go downstairs,
go
out the back.
They'll like run past you, like afraid that you're gonna hit them as they go, but they run past you and run out. Yep, sure. That'll be you, Chrysalin. Chrysalin.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking, like, I've been considering this whole time. I'm gonna be fucking useless at getting into this house.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's not like it's a super duper heavy duty door. It's a back door that you can imagine. Let me describe it like French style doors. You know what I mean? Where it's a whole bunch of glass panes and stuff like that are there. It's meant to overlook a beautiful entertainment space. You know what I mean? But there are curtains drawn in front of the French doors that are there. Like,
Do I see anybody inside?
no, curtains drawn, curtains like shut. I meant like
They're heavy.
you can't see through. Yeah.
Okay, they're not sheer.
Yeah. Well, they might be, but it's too dark on the inside to see.
Damn
Right outside
Victorian
the-
estates.
Yeah.
No, like I'm seriously going to be useless getting in here, but I'm gonna try to kick it, I guess.
You can break a window if you want, and then you can reach in, or you can try to kick the door and not break a window. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna break the man's. Well, I mean, it's gonna break the man's house no matter what.
He's dead.
A pane of glass is easy to replace than a door. I know that the hard way.
That's very true, actually. Doors are a pain.
Yep. When you have to plane them, so they have to.
All right,
oh,
I'm
God,
gonna
it's-
use the butt of my crossbow to break a pane and reach.
Then you immediately break the pane. That's not an issue whatsoever. And it's actually a simple or easy, whatever it's called, dexterity check, routine dexterity check to not cut your arm as you're reaching in and unlocking the door. You actually exactly hit it, so no problem. So it's one of those things. Degree of success. You know, it's not the best attempt, but you know what I mean. It's one of those like it tears your already ruined dress a little bit, but you do unlock the door by reaching around and open it. That's just your minor actions.
Okay, do I see anybody in front of me?
In the kitchen, you actually do see a cook that's literally off to the side, like the fact that you did that, and you actually
Are
see
there any more?
a couple of other people rushing towards the back door as you bust the window and open it
Right.
up, and they're like and they're going to turn to run the other way.
Are there any more mages?
You asked, are there any more mages? They I don't know how many are dead.
3.
Then this is again, those other people already turned around and started scattering back the other direction. The cook who's standing there, like hand out, like gripping a knife, like not sure of what to do or what not to do.
I'm not here to harm you. I'm here to save you.
They're standing there looking. It's like there were only 3. There are only 3 now.
There are only 3 now?
There were only 3. There were only 3 now. Feel free to inquire, please.
So there's 3 left.
3 left in the house, but you said you killed them.
How many were here before?
It depends on the week.
Who sent them?
I don't know.
You're going to be safe.
Looks at you, wants to believe you, but definitely nervous, still holding the knife, but like not like it's one of those. It's kind of like pulled in, like close, like defensive, like they might have to use it.
He's holding it. He's holding it like a fucking teddy bear. Oh no.
You roll me a communications to try to calm this person down.
I forgot you had the cookies still.
Doxy,
That's pretty good.
do you flirt with him?
I do not flirt with him. I do offer
Cookies?
Enrage. No,
I do not want to enrage him. I know exactly what I would say if I wanted to enrage him, though. I'd be like, the bastard's got Lily.
Van, we actually already went over the fact that her crossbow is subpar, and Oscar is going to try to get her a higher quality crossbow. Actually, he's talking about trying to get her a Stalingrad if he's able to, but that's
do you
fine.
know a cellar? Do you know a cellar?
There's a basement here if you're looking for a cellar. Doxy, sway the crowd, I imagine.
Yeah, I am gonna sway the crowd.
Hell yeah.
Which means the people that ran away, kind of calms down the ones that are still within earshot. They can hear you or whatever. Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be like, I killed the mages. We killed the mages. We're here to save you.
Okay. Actually, if you can sway the crowd twice if you want because of the number of people that are here.
Yeah, let's do that.
However, if the test is giving stunts. Yeah. So you may use this stunt multiple times in the same roll. However, so you affect, so it spills over onto others in the area, and you can affect one additional person past the additional. You may use this stunt multiple times in the same roll. However, if the test gave rise to the stunt, it was an opposed test. Oh yeah, that's fine. You're fine. So you're good. So yeah, you are able to sway the crowd or whatever it is. Yep. You would calm down a lot of the people in the area. God,
Well,
Laszlo.
she's doing that. Are we in combat order still?
Yeah, for now.
All right, I'm gonna run past her.
Mhm.
I'm gonna run to the living room,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna start with my little tricks of magic.
I I feel like Chris Ellen would have pointed out that you are a mage that is with me, so that these people would.
So he goes running by with a wand.
alarmed.
He's with me.
Yeah.
He's with me.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't put out fire. Is there like a bucket of water or anything? Because the guy was cooking, right? Is there anything that's like?
He's literally making soup.
All right, I'm gonna grab the soup, and I just want to go and make sure I prevent the fire
Joshua,
from spreading.
can I get a strength check from you, please, sir?
No!
It's a big old pot of soup, my dude, for an estate. That's not a small pot of soup.
That's not a small pot of soup.
No!
That's
12,
pretty good.
12. Is 12 good enough?
I love the idea of watching him just kind of like
Fucking pot! And I'm gonna start like
it splashes over onto his wrist. He's like, ah!
Yeah. I'm gonna try to put out the small fires, and I'll say, Chris Ellen, the fire will go out, the spell will end in like a minute. We just have to keep the house from burning down.
So yeah, you go over there and it's kind of like one of those, that last couple steps, you just kind of like stumble and drop it. So it's like spews the soup all over the front porch area, putting on a bunch of the fire that's over there.
The kitchen, right, that we came in through?
Correct. The back area was...
Someone starts grabbing dish towels and tossing them to slaves.
So they can fan the fire?
So they can beat out the fire
yeah.
the house.
So funny enough, Josh, you know that if the mage that cast the spell or the person that was concentrating on this was there, no way something mundane like this is going to put out the magical fire. But because of the fact that the spell is not actively being nurtured, you can put it out the normal way, right? So you guys are obviously doing that. And so now kind of the inspiration between the two of you, you start they coming over and trying to save their own home. This is their... Granted, it's also their prison, but it's their home, you know? So this brings us back to you, Oscar. Oscar, I'm going to bring this down for you, sir, for everything that you were doing up there, to a check for me. I think it's intelligence. Investigation check. And communications. No. Perception searching. Are you happy with your 10, sir?
I mean, I feel like I should probably luck this, but yeah.
You can luck it.
We'll see.
Luck
we may
it.
not have any luck.
Nobody loves you. So, yeah. So you, sir, are kind of like spending some time upstairs. The result is a success technically, but it just takes a while of searching around the house and looking things over, so on and so forth.
Success.
But, well,
and I'm doing exploration. Can I have the 4B efficient search?
You don't have stunt.
Oh no, I don't. You're right.
So it takes a while. Again, like, because you're technically out of combat, I was just doing that for the sake of PC emotional states as opposed to character emotional state. Your character, it takes him a while searching through each individual room and bumping into a servant here and whatnot to realize there are no more here. And you can kind of get them all downstairs, whether they be like in the kitchen area or just outside the back area onto this is an entertainment space down there. It's away from the house. It's a really good, like, what do they teach you in school? And like a meeting point. I used to have to do these drills with my staff at restaurants.
Evacuation points?
Evacuation points. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the really good evacuation point would actually be that kind of entertainment space that's down there and out there. You'd be able to kind of eventually check throughout the house to make sure it's all safe of people, put out the fire so it's safe from the fires, having the charring or whatever that's there. There are unfortunately 6 corpses that are inside the building right now, or on the property right now. And
I would be, just as a note, I would be, as I was going around, if I found someone dead, I would be bringing them down.
Of course.
With me, and obviously being very respectful and everything, and I would eventually bring Lily's body in as well. But covered up with it.
And the guards.
Any sheet and the guards and the...
And the guards got... We did this to them. We did this to them.
Basically, every I'm going to bring every body in and cover them with sheets respectfully and just, bring them into a space to, keep them out of the elements, I guess.
And that, my apologies, because it's not terrible outside because of the time of year.
Even still.
Okay,
it's
so
just...
And which room did you intend to keep them in?
If there was a room that I could keep closed off away from people, that would be... I'd try to find a space that was sufficient in space that had... essentially, I could just close off from people and say you don't want to go in there, basically. But
I mean, technically speaking, you can use the servants' quarters, but I mean, that's also their
Yeah, no,
home.
probably not. I mean, I don't know.
The room
is
that's
there
going
like
to
a
be
lounge.
yeah.
area?
Right. There's going to be a sitting room or like a living room, not too far off of the actual front door, so you can kind of drag them all to that location and do that there, and keep everybody else kind of in the kitchen, if you wanted to for the people, or did you still want the humans inside the living the entertainment space or like the kitchen, or you bring them upstairs? Really, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, I think that's up to you guys how you want to handle the actual, currently still alive people. But I'll move the.
I'd leave that to Castellan.
I feel like that would be my job.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing.
I'm gonna look at the scrolls.
Yeah.
I would look to whoever looked the least shaken, and I'd say, gather the staff and meet in the sitting room.
Yeah, I was already kind of like flashing forward to you guys had already successfully gathered everybody because I imagine Chris Allen wanted to speak to them. So
I'm sure you're all wondering why we're here. I am the new owner of this estate. If any of you can read, you can look at my legal document. And I'm so sorry, William. She would start just like snapping in his direction to like.
Yeah. No, Oscar was already standing beside you with it.
Yeah.
It's actually burnt. It's actually charred. So there's a good thing and bad thing that happened because he was standing in fire, got hit with 2 fires, so on and so forth. It is actually has like burn marks on it, some searing, so on and so forth. The downside is that the document is actually partially injured. The good side is it actually looks more aged now. It actually looks like, maybe even more believable by the fact that it's not a brand new, freshly minted, written XYZ. So
it's still readable, I assure you.
Yep.
But obviously the fire mages did a little damage. If any of you can read, you are invited to take a look at this document. I promise that we will not harm you. We just need to find somebody to take over the business. Now, if any of you were close to Nori, I would love to have a word with you. Everybody is welcome to listen in. But we need to sort things out here.
Their immediate reaction to this would be more to look over the document, and a couple of them would take it and read it silently to themselves. Eventually, one of them would take it and read it to another group so that they can all kind of understand. It's like there's a ton of servants here. Honestly, there's 7 left now that those 3 are dead. Oscar, I'm so sorry. One of the things, could you have done me a favor? Could you roll me a perception check, please, sir? When you were bringing those 3 bodies over to where unfortunately the other 3 bodies, the 6 of them I should say, to lie them down, one of the things that you happen to notice, because obviously you're looking and you have a mind for this, you realize that it's obvious enough on one of them you can pick it up, and so you can kind of just assume it on the other 2. The 3 of them look human, but one of them you're like, he's old enough that I'm pretty sure this one here is a Perrin. He's starting to get those signs that show I think this is a Perrin. How slender he is, The other 2, again, they look human, but they're so young looking that you're pretty sure that all 3 of those were Perrin.
Was it the guy specifically who I can tell? Was it the guy who I rammed the door into and speared in the throat? Yeah,
you're able to tell that he was a Perrin. And the other 2, again, they look human, but you got the same thing.
You can assume from that.
I mean, can I look at this whatever scrolls or whatnot in the wands and tell that it's the same as the crap we saw before?
Yeah, so they actually don't have any more scrolls. They use them all on you guys, which is nice. As for
wands, I want scrolls. Give me scrolls.
As for wands, there's amongst them, there's literally only 2 wands left. One of them was the magic missile wand, and one of them was the other one that did the other type of magic.
How about bandages?
Do they have
bandages on them?
The property would have bandage, basic supplies for the servants for taking care of XYZ. So there is some stuff like that, yeah.
I just want to know if they're the same as the stuff we've encountered before. 16.
Yes, this is. I mean, you're not able to get down to the minutia of details, the minute details, not minutia, sorry, minute details. But you are able to tell that, yeah, this is. You think you're running into an extension of what it was that you were looking at originally.
I just look to Oscar and I'll just say it. I'm not worrying about being secretive or anything. Like, they're Parendale.
Yeah, this one's Perrin. Those two, I think, as well.
I am going to try to keep the attention of the staff and keep the attention of the staff off of those two while they're
Easily,
talking.
Doxy, easily, because of the scenario. You're just a very soothing, motherly kind of person here. And honestly, from what they understand, you're now their new boss. That definitely has their attention because they're like, oh my God, what is she going to be like?
I'll set the cookies down in the middle of them and say, please, I'm sorry there's not more. I didn't know how many to bring. I promise you that you will be treated better than you were before.
You hear an under the breath comment from the cook saying it's strange that there's only 11 cookies. Like who buys 11 cookies?
Sorry, sweet tooth.
Well, you gave one to Oscar.
I
He
know.
didn't earn it.
Laszlo.
Not Oscar.
God.
Oscar didn't get a cookie. Oscar hasn't earned a cookie yet.
You can absolutely have a cookie.
Laszlo would kill for a cookie. Laszlo would kill for a cookie.
I do what I have to.
Owners doesn't. That's hilarious.
He's pragmatic.
Do like that.
Now, whichever of you was closest to Nori, if you prefer to have words in private, please take me to whatever office is here.
Somebody
If you'd
actually
like to
interrupts you
speak
and says,
openly.
Excuse me. Nobody was close to Nori.
He didn't trust a one of you.
Actually, none of us called him Nori. Somebody else says, he's kind of a dick.
He was mean. He was a mean man.
Mean is an understatement. He was a downright piece of shit.
Well, we need to keep this talk between me and you when other people are here, okay?
They understand. They know that. But yes, of course they understand.
I think
Can I
we should-
approach Chris Ellen? I just want to walk up to her and I'll say in a very hushed tone, they were all Parendale. This can work to our advantage if we can find proof. Then you could have been the one that uncovered traitors in this state.
We need to get guards and let them know immediately that there
I
are
was just about to
corpses here.
say, I'm gonna go get guards.
No, you're gonna stay here. Yeah,
Sure.
Please, please.
Sure. No. If you'd rather someone
Are-
else, I just think I might be in the best shape. To
And
do
then I
it.
look to them and I say, will one of you please go fetch guards?
Absolutely. One of the servants gets up and says, I'd love to. And excuse me. And he'll go and he'll walk through the front doorway. And it's one of those things where he looks down for a moment where he saw Lily's body peeled up off the floor. And he kind of like looks down there for a couple moments, then walks past and jogs down the stairs and starts jogging across the estate.
I can understand if you all are furious with us. 2 guards and a friend died today when we showed up. But I need to know why that happened. I need to know who those people were, how they got you to listen to them and let them live here. I need to know everything that you know about them.
And is there paperwork that I could look at?
Persuasion check, please, Docs.
Sure.
Or whatever it's called in this game.
It is
Thank-
persuasion.
Okay,
Oh, Docs is back.
Fucking
Thank goodness. Look,
Mister.
look. Hey,
love
you
of
know what?
fuck.
Your combat rolls not so hot. When they count the communication rolls, we are happy to see them. Ain't bad.
What he's saying is, Doxy, he likes to listen to what you say. He just doesn't want to see you in action.
That's not true at all. I know what that riding check can do.
All right. Anyways, so it's one of those things where it falls silent for like moments. You allow the silence to linger for moments, allowing you to kind of like rest on them, seeing it. It's almost one of those like work conference. Can I get a volunteer? And you don't like ask a second time. You just keep looking at the crowd, waiting for a volunteer to actually. Okay, boss, I'll do it.
But
Anyway.
my face is like soft.
No.
That's
I get that. This is why it's your character is being very motherly. This is not people that are being nice to you or that are looking to you. They're actually opening up to you because of like the kindness, the kind spirit that is her. Anyways, so you actually you hear, excuse me, as you actually see a younger girl kind of chime in.
What's your name?
Delay.
Delay. I'm Luthera. This is Credence and Davidin.
Nice to meet the three of you. The only people that knew why they were here was them. They didn't share any of that information with us.
So they strong-armed their way in.
No. They were servants with us. But they weren't... They were servants, but they didn't do the same jobs as us. They always seemed a little off, but nobody questioned because you're not supposed to. Sometimes they would switch out. Boats would leave. It's a fishing. Some of them would go on the boats and they would leave, and others would come back with the boats that were gone and would stay with us for some time. Boats that would leave for not like a day or so for the typical fishing. They would leave for 2 weeks, sometimes more. They'd be gone for before they would switch who was here and who would leave. Usually all that's left behind is 2, maybe 3. Right now it happens to be 3. But so I can't give you any information more than that, but that's not why I spoke up, because any of them could have told you.
See, that's very valuable information. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then she presses one of the remaining cookies towards her.
She takes the cookies, says thank you. She clearly is going to say something else, but she stops and like takes a bite of the cookie and kind of like thinks, and she's like really thinking hard, and she says, about a week ago, there was some people that were here. A really beautiful woman, beautiful like you. She was here and spent the night. We found him dead a day or so later in his room. Some talk. We think that she killed him, but that doesn't matter. I was the day that they were here. I was cleaning up the study, and I usually don't think anything of it. But when I was cleaning up the study, I noticed that books were pulled out that I didn't remember being out. Like I was in the study and I was cleaning it, dusting, and I heard something, so I went to go check it out. And when I came back, there were books that were out that weren't out before, and so I put them back. Honestly, it's not anything I wear, but that day was the day that
ones, D?
I might be able to.
Can you take Davidin?
Davidin, yeah, she says. And she looks and she says, I think so. I think I can show you that way. She says, I think I can show you which they were.
Try really hard to remember, and if you can't remember, just be honest about it. You will not be punished.
Nods. All right.
And I want you all to be questioning, okay? With me. I want you all to be questioning if something is not normal.
Okay. And everybody else kind of like nods. She's gonna look to Davidin and walks upstairs to him and start searching through the books and seeing what she could find. As you go as somebody goes to get the guards, you're searching through the books. Their nerves being calmed by her, and Oscar's, of course, standing guard and trying to look more protecting than commanding, which is genuine, as well as you actually are protecting them in case any surprises erupt. Excuse me. But with that, why don't we, 50 minutes late, call our sorry, it was just too good of a moment to stop. Call our session. So
she also, just really quickly, she also would ask if anybody was hurt. She would tend to wounds, and she would assure them that we would have a beautiful service for Lily.
Of course.
Fuck the guards.
No, the guards too.
I mean, the guards will. That's not on us, right?
Yeah.
Nobody else is going to have a service for Lily. We'll have one. The guards will be given a service by their families and by the city. You know.
Scott, I have a question.
Sure.
Does Oscar recognize any of the people he killed?
Wait,
Like the guy, maybe one of them was the guy he was talking to?
That's a good question. Do I recognize any of them?
You asked the question again. I'm so sorry. Did recognize what?
Does he recognize any of the ones that we killed? Was it one of them, the guy he was talking to the day before or earlier that day? He was talking to a guy mowing, remember?
Oh, gotcha. No, he's one of the people that is inside here. Correct.
I'm glad.
Okay.
I'm glad to hear that. He's
Yes.
doing okay.
Yes.
He's had a cookie.
Yeah. Yes, he's had a cookie.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah,
My,
I'm glad to hear
I forgot about that guy because he was so he was just a
Yeah.
he was an NPC. You know, he wasn't. He
Oscar's
wasn't.
gonna mow the lawn tomorrow. Just be
Yeah.
fascinated and tickled pink.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Like, show that to me. Actually, can I do that? And the guy's like, yeah.
By all means.
He's like, oh, you enjoy that, do you? Oh, I'm glad to see that you're having fun.
Uh-huh.
I'll sit
You missed
next
the
to
spot.
the servant with the invisible servant doing it next to them. Like, yeah, it's nice.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, chat, for coming by and watching. Let's start our outro for this beautiful session. Why don't we have Will? I know you put Kickstarter on hiatus, and so this will be the last immediate jump to this before you get your Kickstarter going. Tell us about Schism, please, and please in chat, command Schism.
Yeah. So let me just quickly pop that in there. So Schism is a game that we're developing. So that's myself, Doxy, Ollie, and Josiah, who was in chat earlier. We're all developing this game. It is a tabletop skirmisher is what we're calling it. It's a 2-player war game that's meant to be fast-paced, quick, and easy to learn to bring people. Oh, there's Josiah, and bring people into the genre. It's meant to be very accessible, quick, and as I said, easy to learn. But it's fun time. We got minis, we got tiles, we got rules that are easy enough for our mothers to learn easily, and they can get complex. You got some strategy in there. It's a fun time. My stuff is far away right now, and I don't really want to go and walk over and grab it. But one thing that I will say is over the next little while, we are going to be showing actually some cool stuff over on the social medias. We're going to be posting some new renders and stuff of some minis. So once we get those up and going, then you'll want to check those out, which all of our socials are connected to that website that I linked out earlier in that Schism command. So you can follow them there. And that's where we're at. That was a bit long. Sorry, I rambled a bit.
No, it's never a bit long. It's never rambling. I think it's super important. I'm very excited for when you get the Kickstarter back up again. So please, not rambling at all. I'm upset that it was put on hiatus, but I think the business decision that you guys made to hold off during everything that's going on is just a genuinely kind thing that you guys did. It's a shot in your own foot. You know what I mean? Which stinks, but you're taking a hit to be good people. And I hope that you're able to succeed because others are able to tell that you're good people. So
I sincerely appreciate that.
Yeah,
of course.
It weighed
Genuinely
pretty
mean it.
heavily on us.
Yeah.
It was a big decision, and I'm glad we made it, but I think it was definitely the right call.
Yeah. Awesome. So anything on your personal channel?
Personal channel right now, Divinity Original Sin 2 with some friends over on at Saturday. So not tomorrow. It might be tomorrow at this point. Anyways, but Saturday is around 1 o'clock. It is this is something that I've been holding off on announcing for a little while, but this will actually be the last thing that I ever do on that channel. Because I'm spending a lot more time focusing on Arcanist now, I'm actually taking a bit more of a full-time role with that. And so I am actually stepping away from streaming my personal stuff completely. So once Divinity Original Sin 2 completes, which I'm having a ton of fun with, and the people that I'm playing with, and we're going to be playing for a while still. We just started Act 2, so don't worry, I'm not going anywhere just yet. But once that completes, that will kind of be my swan song.
Your
on
last
that channel.
formal one, right? Like you'll still do it for fun every once in a while.
We'll see.
Huh.
We'll see. But I think it's a choice that I've been thinking about for quite a while. And I'm really wanting to pour my heart and soul into Arcanist to bring Schism out and to make a career out of that. And I'm wanting to do that not just for myself, but for the people that I'm working with. And I really want to be pouring my energy into that. So I'm making that decision to pull back on some of the fun things that I like to do with my friends to put a little bit more work into it. So that's what's going on with my personal life right now. It's a little bit more work again, but that's the truth of it. So there you have it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You done yet?
Ew!
It's all good.
I'm just kidding. Speaking of a-holes, Doxy, how's yours?
You know, I have butthole problems. It sucks. I am Zero Doxy. I'm disgusting human being. Follow me for boner jokes and a fart gun. It's twitch.tv/ZER0DOXY. I also work on Schism. So buy it and feed me, and I will give you little kisses.
And Joshua.
Hi, I'm Unfunny One. I'm
We
new
know.
to all this streaming stuff. So I I'm just kind of getting the ropes and stuff. But stop by my channel, check it out. I stream quite frequently. And I also on Mondays I have a Call of Cthulhu game that I play where the characters are kind of stupid and they're gonna die soon. So
Yeah, honestly, I
check
can
it
take that
out.
tag. Welcome to twitch.tv/Daelric, where I run 3 Aurorum campaigns. All my characters are kind of stupid. They're going to die soon.
I ran through fire today.
Listen, that was legit my favorite moment of the session.
Dude,
Like,
that was a badass roll, dude. Just like you own that dude. It was.
I won't
Can
lie.
I
I
ask
often.
you
Oh, please go ahead.
How much health did he have total?
Who?
That guy that I one shot.
Oh, so I gave all of them 22 health, and all of them had a DR of 2. So all of them took, and I don't know if you've noticed, all of them took a total of 24 damage or 25 damage for one of them, and all of them died. So
I did exactly the right amount of damage to kill
yeah,
him in one
it's
hit.
technically they all could have survived more than just the 2 hits. It's just one of each of the 2 hits was magical, so it ignored the reduction part. So yeah, that's why everybody died so quickly. What was I gonna say? One of the things I often think about is, you know what we should do? We should like record after show like 5-minute things, because they're like fun to do. We can talk about like your favorite moments or whatever. But at the same time,
That
like,
would be neat.
Yeah,
it might be fun to do, to like
Only
throw out there as
released
an
on
option.
the DVD.
Only released on the DVD. Actually, you can only find it at OnlyFans. It comes with a free nipple ring. No, so
those are expensive.
They are expensive,
yeah.
especially for good ones.
I
Ones
don't.
are good ones.
That's quite a
I'll
deal.
fucking
I'm in.
subscribe.
It's actually what is it? Nickel plated plastic nipple
Oh.
rings.
Oh, ooh, no. Mm-mm. That's an infection waiting to happen.
Yes, it sure is.
That's gross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've only been used lightly.
I did get banned from OnlyFans. Did I tell you, Scott, the reason?
No.
I thought
What?
I was a hooker.
It's true.
It's on Twitter. It's really a
It's
stupid
very funny.
response. It's such a stupid response.
Wait.
I emailed them and they haven't emailed me back.
Why did
I'm
they
sorry,
think you
guys.
were-
I wanted to show you my lingerie. I wanted to get almost naked for you.
I
I wanted
don't-
to do it.
I don't understand. Why did they assume you were a prostitute?
Okay, so the working theory currently is that because I drew my information from Twitter and my Twitter has my business email in it, the business email went into my profile and they thought that it was like a shady Craigslist workaround, right?
So,
Because for business
do you have a
inquiries-
handler? Do you have a handler?
I think you mean a pimp?
No. Ha. Nice. No, I meant like is there a person at that organization that has reached out to?
No, not at all.
So
And,
how
I
is that-
emailed them and they haven't emailed me back yet.
You can. I mean, it's not to sound like a dick. You'd be like, I have clout. Like I'm a person. Like I have a decade of online community
Listen,
building
nobody's-
experience.
Yeah, nobody is as fucking good at hooking as fucking 13,000 followers on Twitter. Like, that would be a really good hooker. That's all I'm saying.
Just
Nobody's that good.
you got to put on the ping pong show. I bet.
Why do you
OnlyFans.
keep saying?
Sorry.
So this is the kind of content you can get on the DVD.
Sorry. God's
Are
terrible.
me and Will just like hitting them? That's what they're not.
Yep. 100%.
I'm over there with like a catcher's mitt.
It's a team effort. It's a team effort. You know.
Oh God, this is terrible, guys. We need to go to bed. It's 2 a.m. for half of us, and not early for the others. So let's get the hell out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you. See you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. EST when we go live with Regicide. Oh boy. And hey, listen, don't share with Regicide. Totally do not tell Regicide what we learned about Jovencia today. Don't tell them. They don't need to know. Don't worry about it. Bye.